Good evening, good morning, and welcome to the New Japan Pro Wrestling live stream. I'm your boy Tommy on the spot. Thanks so much for checking us out here on Watchalong Wrestling. It has been a very frustrating last hour, as it looks like, I apologize, it sounds like our sound is overlapping here. Sorry, we have the live chat on, and so I have to have it on in the background there. But we're all set. We are good to go. We are live. The live chat is open. If you are watching along with me, let me know. We're currently on the air. We will be on the air for the final 4 matches here on New Japan Dominion. This has been a struggle, to say the least, to be on here with you guys, but I'm glad that we are able to do this. It's very early here in the East Coast here in New York. It is about 4:30 in the morning. I was over here and trying to get on here at about 3 o'clock, and I had everything all set. I was ready to go with my Amazon Fire Stick, which I get specifically for New Japan World because it does not connect to the Roku. There is no Roku deal. And so I was able to go. I was able to go ahead and do that, and that Fire Stick just stopped working. It wasn't functioning. So I was working on alternative ways to be able to watch the show, and finally was able to get it going on my little iPad here. So if you guys see me looking a little downward here, it's because my iPad is right here streaming the show, and yeah, so that's where we're at. But 4 big matches still remain on the night. Looks like we got the Guerrillas of Destiny right now coming out to face Los Ingobernables de Japon. And I feel like every time I see a heavyweight tag team championship match for New Japan, it is this match right here. But it should be a good card. I'm ready for it's going to be obviously the main event tonight, Chris Jericho versus Kazuchika Okada for the World Championship for New Japan, the Heavyweight Championship rather. Then the Junior Heavyweight Championship, it'll be Dragon Lee taking on Will Ospreay, who right now is basically like he's the top, coming off of a huge match, the finals of the best of the Super Juniors Championship tournament, winning that tournament by defeating Shingo Takagi was Will Ospreay, and so I'm ready for that match. That match should be great. And again, the rest of the card here today, we should really have 4 really big matches. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run down the matches that have already happened in case you're just tuning in, or maybe you're tuning in Sunday morning. I can give you guys the remainder of the matches there. So let me go ahead and pull those up here, get you guys all set in case this is your first time watching. If you're just tuning in for the show right now, you just saw this pop up, didn't even know the show was going on. Let me go ahead and run down the results that we've had thus far. I was able to at least see the last 2 matches, but I did not see the first couple because I couldn't get the stream up. But Jon Moxley defeated Shota Umino in 3 minutes, 52 seconds. You knew that was going to be a pretty big, basically a glorified squash. Umino is still kind of coming up in the ranks for New Japan, and obviously Jon Moxley, the former Dean Ambrose, is somebody that they're getting behind. And this is a guy who's going to be a part of New Japan moving forward. After the match, Moxley got on and said that he wants to enter the G1 tournament. So he's going to be very much involved with both AEW and New Japan. Made his debut just on Wednesday and won the United States Championship by defeating Juice Robinson. So he's going to be involved with New Japan quite a bit moving forward. Shingo Takagi gets a big win over Satoshi Kojima. That happens earlier tonight as well. Obviously, Shingo had made it to the finals of the Best of the Super Juniors and lost to Will Ospreay, as I said a little bit earlier. Jushin Thunder Liger and Yoshihashi defeated Suzuki Gun. Oh, Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. Sorry, I always just know him as Minoru Suzuki. Then you had Hiroshi Tanahashi, Juice Robinson, and Taguchi defeating the Bullet Club, the team of Jay White, Chase Owens, and Ishimori. So they're kind of continuing to build that back and forth between Jay White and Hiroshi Tanahashi. They had a great match at the Best of the Super Juniors this past Wednesday night. Go out of your way to check that out. And right before we went live, Tomohiro Ishii defeated Taichi. He is the new never open weight champion. And here we go. The Guerrillas of Destiny. Tangaloa taking on Evil and Sonata for the heavyweight IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. All right. So that is our reset, and we are now on the air, and we will be with you for the remainder of the show here. And this show really should probably be, I think each one of these matches is going to get a lot of time. I mean, I'm expecting this show is probably going to be on the air until to the end of the night. Do I have a link to the show? I do not have a link to the show. No, I just do it on the whole New Japan World. That's how I'm able to get the show over here, which in the United States, I mean, it's about 9.99 yen. So in the US, at least, it comes out to about $8 or $9, and it was really easy to sign up for. But as far as having a link to the show, unfortunately, I do not. But, you know, hey, we'll be on with you. I'll be giving you guys some commentary here, and hopefully you'll join us for the remainder of the show, Michael. All right, so starting off with Tama Tonga. Kind of playing to the crowd there. Sonata now playing to the crowd and getting a big, the crowd solidly behind Evil and Sonata as usual.
I think the results are in and clear.
And obviously the crowd is solidly behind both Evil and Sonata, as they usually would be. Sonata off the ropes here. Tama Tonga with an Irish whip, and Sonata lands on his feet. Leapfrog by Tama Tonga. Goes for another leapfrog, but Sonata was close on that. Got out of it. Now going for a Paradise Lock. But Tama Tonga is able to push out of that. Crowd showing their appreciation. Big cheer as both men retreat to their respective corners.
So I would almost prefer here to have Tonga Loa in there with Sonata. Mix the styles up a little bit.
And now Sonata getting tagging in Evil here as he's going to continue.
And now Tonga Loa tagged in. So
Evil and Loa both going in there. I didn't realize this until I was going back and doing some stuff here for the with the NXT 25. I didn't remember that Tonga Loa rather was actually on the card for the first NXT takeover back when he was part of WWE. Both men running off the ropes, run into one another there. Oh, both men again running into one another and just. And now again, Tom off the ropes and bangs right into Evil, bouncing him off the ropes here. Evil off the ropes here, takes down Tama Tonga up on the apron, and now finally takes down Tonga Loa. Evil with a big shoulder block, taking down the younger brother of the Guerrillas of Destiny. Feels like the Guerrillas of Destiny, literally, I feel like for years have been your in this title picture here, the heavyweight championships for the tag team championships for New Japan. Sorry if I'm a little all over the place here. It is very early, but we're rocking out. I'm excited to be doing this here. A little different than Friday afternoon when we had a wrestling show here at 3 p.m. local time. So I was amped for that show. I mean, of course, that show ended up being, a disaster. But hopefully we'll be able to be out here. Off the ropes goes Tangaloa, and now Evil behind Tangaloa. Oh, kendo stick to the back from the outside on Evil. Chado on from the outside with the kendo stick to the back of Evil. And now, nice shot of the crowd here in Osaka. And now Tangaloa is working on the outside there with Evil as Tama Tonga, rather, is working on the opposite side of the ring outside of Sonata. That doesn't look like Red Shoes is the official. My personal favorite referee, Red Shoes. So I'm sure he'll be out there for the Chris Jericho and Okada match later tonight. I think he was a part of the last match. Oh, and out on the outside, Tama Tonga really taking it to Sanada on the outside as Tanga Loa is in the ring, and he's awaiting Evil to get back into the ring, but Evil is struggling here on the outside as the Girls of Destiny are kind of having their way here with Los Ingobernables. Evil now being taken down. Now Evil thrown back into the ring by Tama Tonga as Tangaloa now goes over to work over Evil and get him back to a vertical base. And now Tangaloa working over Evil in the corner there. Taking him over. Irish whipping him into the other corner and charging him with a clothesline into the corner. Tangaloa off the rope and big bicycle kick takes Evil down.
Combination of speed and agility from Tangaloa. From a guy who looks to be close to 270 now. That's
and Tangaloa now working over. Now he goes and tags in his brother. And Tonga comes over with a flipping elbow drop onto Evil. And now both men are walking around the ring here. Now Tonga now working over on Evil. He's now picking Evil up by his hair. And a big right hand to the head of Evil as Evil is continuing to be down on the ring mat. Now Tonga picks up Evil, big vertical suplex, takes him down here, goes for a cover and a 1-2 and no. 2 count there. Tama Tonga gets the 2 count over Evil.
Kick out at 2.
And now Evil again picks up
Back to the corner of
and now tags in Loa. Loa now with Evil. They both double team, Irish whip, and a big drop kick delivered to Evil. Loa goes for the cover and a 2 count, but Evil able to kick out here.
check all the boxes.
It's interesting to me. I know these guys are great, great characters and everything to that extent. And I'd say from a standpoint of them being, obviously, Tama Tonga being one of the original members of the Bullet Club and everything. But it does feel like when these guys are in the ring and the times that I've seen them, that their matches are a little bit below some of these other matches that we're used to seeing, obviously, with guys like Will Ospreay, guys like, obviously, guys that we've seen in the past that we're going to be seeing later, Okada, Kenny Omega, Ibushi, and Naito, which I can't wait for. That's the match that I'm looking forward to. I had talked with a couple people over on Twitter earlier, and I was asked what match I'm looking most forward to, and that's the match for me. I was at G1 Supercard earlier this year. That match tore down the house, and was something I was really into. So interesting to see. I'm excited about it though, and it should be a good show. Now Loa picks up Evil, throws him into the corner, and now working with kicks to the midsection. Big right hand to Evil in the corner from Loa. Now Loa looking to the crowd, egging the crowd on here. Crowd having absolutely none of it. Irish whip, but Evil able to reverse, but another reverse by Loa takes Evil into the corner.
I can't emphasize enough. I mean, it's tag teams. Teamwork is obviously the key, but when you're brothers,
getting ready for the G1 Supercard. I will say that I don't know exactly how it works with New Japan World, but I'm excited to check out a bit of the G1 Supercard. I hope that they, the G1 tournament rather. I'm excited, and I hope that they do a good job with, kind of having that English commentary, because it's definitely helpful. I think Kevin Kelly has done a great job with the English commentary. He has Don Callis on there with him tonight. On Wednesday, he had some other folks on with him, and I thought that they did a really good job in kind of getting the show. Sanada tagged in. Tonga tagged in. Big elbow to the back of the head of Sanada by Tama Tonga. Now Tonga works over Sanada in the corner, takes Sanada off the ropes, and Irish whips him into the corner. But Sanada comes back with a drop kick to the knee of Tonga. Takes Loa now. He drops him down. Looks like he's getting... Oh, and he wraps up Tangaloa in a hold there. He's wrapped up in a corner there And now big time drop kick to Tama Tonga from Sanada. Sanada now up and over the top rope, takes down Tama Tonga. Runs off the ropes, does Sanada, and up and over the top rope and down. And Sanada now going wild here as he's egging on the crowd, trying to tell him he can't hear him. And that crowd in Osaka responding well to Sanada. And now Sanada getting back into the ring as Tama Tonga is still tied up like a knot there and drop kicks Tanga Loa out of that hold. So he's able to get him out of the Paradise Lock. Now goes for the cover, but only gets a 2 count on Loa. Let me see if you guys could hear the actual show here. Yeah, you guys could hear it. Good. I was able to check that out. So you guys could at least hear the show. So if you guys are watching along here, you should be able to at least hear the show. Tama Loa off the ropes here. Oh, and he's able to catch Sanada as Sanada was going for a Hurricane Rana and hits him with a big sit-out power bomb. Now Loa going for a cover, but only gets the 2 counts. Now goes over and tries to tag in his brother, Tama Tonga. Tonga now comes over, takes down an Evil, knocks him off the apron, and now the Girls of Destiny both working over Sanada in the ring. Rammed into the corner, and big splash from Tama Tonga to Sanada in the corner. Now Tama Tonga mocking Sanada, mocking the crowd, egging them on to cheer for Sanada as Sanada is down and out in the middle of the ring. And the crowd really getting into it, which is not something you always see from the Japanese crowd. Yes, the crowd is always very respectful and very into it, but as far as chants go, you don't really see that as much as you would typically. Up and over, Ric Flair flop over the top, and Sanada comes off the top with a drop kick of his own right, taking down Tama Tonga. Now Tama goes over, tags in. Evil now tagged in, and he runs over, takes down Tanga Loa. Now Evil and Sanada working over Tama Tonga. Double Irish whip into the corner. Gets Tama Tonga up on the apron, in the apron there in the corner. Evil now looks like he's going for both men now perched up on the top corner. Dragon Lee is next. Dragon Lee is going to be taking on Will Ospreay. Should be a top match. Yes, but you haven't missed that yet. That is next. And then after that, we're going to be having Ibushi and Naito, and then Okada and Chris Jericho. So it should be a solid final three matches here as Evil now works over Tama Tonga, but Sanada pushes Loa over into Evil, breaking that hold, and now Tanga Loa is working over both Sanada and Evil on his own here. Double birds flipped out to both Evil and Sanada. Now Evil off the rope rather, with a big time uppercut there to the face of Tanga Loa. Now big boot from Sanada, super kick from Evil, and now Tama Tonga rather is dropped in the middle of the ring. Evil and Sanada are signaling that this could be it as they pick up Tama Tonga. Will we see another title change? And they pick him up, but Tanga Loa is there to separate that out. Loa, goes for a German suplex, but Sanada lands on his feet. Oh, Sanada now flips over Tanga Loa. Now it looks like Now Evil and Sanada. Evil takes Tama Tonga rather. It looks like he's getting upset for almost a sharpshooter. He does have a sharpshooter in. Both men now, both Girls of Destiny are in submission holds by Evil and Sanada. Could this be it? Could we see it? Evil has that sharpshooter really cinched in now on Tama Tonga. And Tanga Loa is in a hold of his own right by Sanada. on the opposite side of the ring. Evil brings Tonga back into the center of the ring, really cinching back on that sharpshooter as it looks like Tonga is teasing a tap out. Will we see it? Referee is just pulled out of the ring by Machado. Now Machado getting in the ring with that kendo stick as Evil's able to now notice it. He releases the hold, and Machado now with the kendo stick into the midsection of both Sonata and Evil. And the numbers game here catching up with Evil and Sonata, unfortunately, as the Guerrillas of Destiny, as they always do, take advantage of the, big time use of that kendo stick there. And Chado now using that on Evil. And now Evil's down, and Chado's ready to utilize that kendo stick yet again. Picking that kendo stick up big time. Bushi in the ring, though. Missed in the face of Chado. Takes the kendo stick. Smashes the kendo stick over the back of Chado. Bushi now getting the crowd into it. Flying outside the ring with a shoulder tackle is Bushi. Tope. I think Dragon Lee is going to win. I do think it would be quite the week for Ospreay to win the Super Juniors and then the Junior Heavyweight Championship in the same week there. But they are getting behind Ospreay, especially with him. Yes, I can see Hiromu appearing too. Roll up. Guerrillas of Destiny steal it. Keep the tag belts here. My ringtone's going off. Yes, it is. Sami Zayn's theme. Another win, though, for Tamatanga, Tangaloa. These guys keep the belts, do the Guerrillas of Destiny. And now things really pick up here. Now we're getting ready. We have the final 3 matches coming up here. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, hit me up over at WatchWrestlePod. About to update you guys over there right now, letting you know that we are on the air and getting ready for Dragon Lee and Will Ospreay. Match I'm really looking forward to. And probably I'd say that's, that match is really kind of went up the card real quick there with, kind of 2 of the, I feel like going into this show that match was kind of 5th from the top and then is now really 3rd from the top here. And it's been a big week for Ospreay. Obviously the great match that he had with Shingo and the finals of the Super Juniors and won the Super Juniors there. Guerrillas of Destiny, man, they continue to have continue to get the last laugh over Evil and Sonata. And they take Chado to the back here, face full of black mist as they take him to the back, and he's looking like he's not exactly a sight for sore eyes as we move over and get ready for the next match here at New Japan Dominion 2019. I'm watching this over on New Japan World, and so far the stream's okay on here. I did have some struggles earlier today, 3 a.m., when I tried to get the freaking Amazon Fire Stick to work. I don't understand why New Japan just doesn't get a Roku channel. It would make life so much easier, I think, for a lot of people. And I think they're doing themselves a disservice by not having a Roku channel. Yeah, I'm excited, man. This should be good stuff. For those who do not know, I'll run down here the results from earlier tonight. Jon Moxley defeated Shota Umino. Jon Moxley, the former Dean Ambrose, and then Moxley made his intentions clear that he wants to enter the G1. So that'll be real interesting to see if he is actually a part of the G1. Shingo Takagi defeated Kojima in a pretty good match there. Obviously, Shingo was on that great streak through the Battle of the Super Juniors there. Didn't end up working out for him, but he was a really big story there. Jushin Thunder Liger and Yoshihashi defeated Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. Then it was Hiroshi Tanahashi, Juice Robinson, and Taguchi defeating the Bullet Club, Jay White, Chase Owens, and Ishimori. And then Tomohiro Ishii defeated Taichi for the Open Weight Championship. And then, as we just saw, the Guerrillas of Destiny defeated Evil, and Sonata. So now here we go. Dragon Lee going up here against Will Ospreay. And Ospreay earlier in the week won the Super Juniors, and then it did announce that he is going to be moving.
Well, this would be a tremendous surprise.
So wait.
For us all. As we take a look, Tetsuya Shibata.
Shibata making his way to the ring now. This is quite a surprise here. And now he's pointing to the back. It's very rare for a New Japan show for them to do something that's. I feel like New Japan is just, usually you get your match and it just continues to build throughout the night. Not sure what Shibata's doing out there, but he's pointing to the back. Oh, he's pointing to the back for Dragon Lee. So he's out there kind of in the corner here for Dragon Lee as Dragon Lee is making his way down.
Oh my God, it's Kenta!
It's Kenta! Whoa! Kenta, the former Hideo Itami, just showed up at New Japan Dominion KNY. What's going on? You just tuned in at the right minute as Kenta has just showed up in New Japan. Wow. And he's wearing a takeover shirt. Wow, here comes Kenta in New Japan. Holy crap. That'll wake us up pretty quick. I think everyone assumed when Shibata came down and pointed to the back that he'd be bringing Dragon Lee down, but no, Kenta is in the ring here at Dominion. Wow, this is big time, guys. And the crowd is just really in like a stunned, you could tell, uneasiness here. Now both Shibata in the ring now with Kenta. Now what's tough about this with the English commentary is that when Don Callis and Kevin Kelly are both doing commentary. Oh, okay, they do have the guy. They do have someone there who does understand Japanese, and he does a good job in translating, so that is good. Can't believe Kenta has just showed up here in New Japan. This is saying hello, wrestling fans. My name is Kenta. He's thanking Shibata for the opportunity to come to New Japan. I came out here to tell you what I really feel. I'm going to repeat what is being translated. I want to show you. They have the guy. He's Australian, but he speaks Japanese, and he does a really good job. He's kind of like on standby whenever they're doing. Whoa! Kenta entering the G1 climax. Wow! And they drop. Shibata picks up the mic, drops it. What a G1 this is going to be. You've got Kenta in the G1. Jon Moxley in the G1. I think they said Ishimori in the G1. So this is going to be, what a summer this is going to be for New Japan. Wow. And Kenta's a guy, obviously been in WWE for the last couple of years for NXT. Really kind of came there, took it over by storm. He was kind of that first guy that they brought in, that first like international signing that they brought over when NXT first started. I'd say really the first big like holy crap type signing they brought over. Maybe Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but he was the first one. And then from there, Finn Balor came, Samoa Joe came. Then a lot of those guys really started to come through. And then that really, in my opinion, peaked when they brought over Shinsuke Nakamura. But Kenta, if you remember, when he first came over to NXT was like a big deal. He was on WrestleMania. He made it to WrestleMania that year, WrestleMania 31, and it looked like the sky was the limit. It looked like he was going to be a big deal for WWE. Unfortunately, had some injuries, and then it just never really came out. But I was at the Rumble earlier this year. He had a great match on the pre-show, part of that 205 Live four-way, and then kind of just asked for his release, and now he's back. And unbelievable that he is going to be in the G1. What a huge story that is, and something definitely to keep an eye on. And I mean, I'd say that right now, that's probably the biggest news coming out of this show to get us started. And here comes Will Ospreay now. Oh, by the way, coming down, Super Junior 26 winner, Will Ospreay, coming down to the ring now for his match here with Dragon Lee. We're about to get started on this. Kenta versus Jon Moxley, right? Like, how crazy is that? Ooh, G1's going to be a lot of fun this year, and already just huge news to kind of get us going here. But yes, Kenta in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Really cool deal there. What they did was they had Shibata come down and then point to the entrance. And it looked like everyone kind of assumed he'd bring out Dragon Lee. He's been a major influence on Dragon Lee, but instead he brought out Kenta, and it was a huge deal. And definitely something to kind of keep an eye on. And Kenta then, his intention's clear. He's going to be entering the G1 this year, and definitely something to kind of monitor. And now Will Ospreay in the ring with his sword. Yes, TJP versus Juice. And Will Ospreay announced that he is going to be moving to Japan full time. So he's definitely fully ingrained in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it's great to see. Hopefully that he's doing okay. He's been very open and honest about some of the issues that he's been dealing with, and it's good to see that now it seems like those are behind him, and that he's had a very good, obviously a huge week winning the Super Juniors. And here comes Dragon Lee. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He was just 19 years old when he was voted Rookie of the Year.
And here comes
He's 24. He's the young man.
the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Lee pointing to the sky there. Making a nice entrance here at Dominion.
Super Junior tournament, as did Ospreay. Both men finished with 7-2 records and 14 points. But for Dragon Lee, his two defeats were to Ishimori and Shingo.
Yeah, they are just kind of recapping the performance for both these guys in the Super Juniors, how Dragon Lee lost to Shingo and also lost to Ishimori. And so even though both guys had the same record of 7-2 and 14 points, Will Ospreay was able to get to the finals and end up winning it. Dragon Lee now standing middle of the ring, getting ready here. Removing that secondary mask over his usual, more traditional white mask that he has going. Gives a wink to the camera here. Whoops. Knock us off the air there. Yeah. It's tough.
In getting that opportunity.
As they are showing
As Tanahashi is over to
Tanahashi's over there doing some commentary on the Japanese feed as they're showing that.
Super Junior winners, 6-10.
Big win for him as part of that six-man tag.
Including 2 years in a row.
Ospreay now hands over his trophy from the Super Juniors, and here we go. And now Dragon Lee extending his hand here for a little, and both men, a little sign of respect, which gets a huge reaction from the crowd. A little code of honor, I guess. The Japanese crowd always appreciates that. And both guys getting ready for this, and here we go.
Friends outside of the ring, but they will take each other to the limit and beyond to prove that they are the best junior heavyweight in the world.
Now Dragon Lee and Will Ospreay kind of both looking towards the crowd there as the bell rings, taking it in. The Osaka crowd showing their appreciation.
think about the
And here we go. Both guys locking up.
just came off of against Shingo Takagi to win the Best of Super Junior tournament.
Dragon Lee flips out, kip up out of the armbar that Will Ospreay was attempting to apply. And now Ospreay flips out of an attempt at a move there from Dragon Lee. I have this on a rather tiny iPad, so bear with me here. I did my stupid Amazon Fire Stick did not work as per usual. Leapfrog by Ospreay. Both men off the ropes here in the early going. Hurricane Rana, but somersault out of that from Ospreay. Hurricane Rana of his own right, and a somersault out of that by Dragon Lee. Off the second rope, goes for the Os Cutter, but blocked. Oh, over the top of Dragon Lee. Both guys go for a drop kick. Both guys kip up, and they both get to that vertical base as the crowd shows their appreciation. But Dragon Lee with a quick drop kick takes Ospreay down. They're mentioning the fact that Ospreay has now tied Prince Devitt in winning 2 Super Junior tournaments. And, of course, Prince Devitt is now Finn Balor over in WWE. Your current Intercontinental champ. Right shoulder to the head there of Ospreay. Irish whip into the corner. Ospreay with an enziguri to Dragon Lee out of the corner. Comes across the 619 over to the top rope. Takes Dragon Lee down and out. Ospreay up and dive over the top. Takes down Dragon Lee. And now Ospreay looking like he's getting ready for both guys now on the outside. Now Ospreay going over and picking up Dragon Lee. Big time chop on the outside of the ring from Ospreay to Dragon Lee. Now Ospreay taking Dragon Lee, taking him back into the ring, rolling back in right after him. Goes for a cover, but barely a 1. As we're still very on in the early going here of this match. Ospreay now picking up Dragon Lee. Oh, big time. Right shoulder. Right forearm, rather. Takes down Dragon Lee. Irish whip from Ospreay. Takes him down. Takes down Dragon Lee. Goes for a cover again. My boy Red Shoes is the official for this match. Excited to see Red Shoes in the ring. I'm a Red Shoes guy. He was over at Madison Square Garden during the G1 Supercard. People were really into old Red Shoes as Ospreay now works over the left arm there, the right arm rather, of Dragon Lee and pushing it all the way back and trying to go for a cover out of it, but Dragon Lee able to get out of it. His interest in Islam and professional wrestling was rooted originally in Lucha Libre. They're mentioning how the background of Ospreay and his Lucha Libre background. Talked about how that's kind of what got him into wrestling. Big time chop to Dragon Lee in the corner. Another chop from Ospreay. Now they're getting back into the ring as Dragon Lee with right forearms there, but spinning kick from Ospreay into the midsection of Dragon Lee, whips him into the corner. Dragon Lee up and over to the top rope to Ospreay. Ospreay off the top, but he's caught. And Dragon Lee taking Ospreay down. STO. And now both men are down. Ospreay holding the back of his neck there as he rolls over to the corner. Dragon Lee now getting up. Ospreay now in the corner. He's trying to get up as Dragon Lee comes over. Dragon Lee now with a couple of forearms of his own right to Will Ospreay in the corner. Dragon Lee off the ropes, but Ospreay right after him. Catching him with an uppercut. Ospreay off the back. Goes for the knees to the face, but Dragon Lee rolls out, gets back to his feet, and he is now with a couple of forearm smashes to Will Ospreay. Now a big running drop kick to Ospreay in the corner. takes Ospreay up, suplex in the middle of the ring, quickly moves it into a pinning combination, but no. Ospreay able to kick out. Dragon Lee now sitting kind of cross-legged in the middle of the ring as Ospreay is trying to kind of gather himself. Now it looks like Dragon Lee toying with Ospreay a bit. Big kick to the face. Ospreay takes off and over with a big flip out of the off the ropes there. Ospreay able to take Dragon Lee down, and now Ospreay goes to the apron. Ospreay now getting up, going up to that top rope. Springboard, big time forearm off the top, and Dragon Lee able to kick out. Kind of the AJ Styles flying forearm there from Ospreay. Dragon Lee able to move to the outside. I'm not sure if that's smart though, as Ospreay is in the ring and now he's signaling for a big move here off the ropes. Moonsault over the top, but Dragon Lee moves. Ospreay landing on his feet, but Dragon Lee catches him with a knee to face. Dragon Lee now gets Ospreay up on the barricade. Right forearm smashes here from Dragon Lee, as Ospreay is now over on the barricade. Dragon Lee back in the ring, and Dragon Lee, tope suicida! Oh my God! He had Ospreay up on the barricade, came with a tope suicida. Both men went flying to the outside, took out the announcers, and one of the announcers is down and really badly looks like he is hurt as they're showing a replay of this. This was nuts. Takes him down with the tope suicida over where the announcers are set up on the table, and both men are hurt, as is one of the announcers that they took out. Unbelievable stuff. Red Shoes now looking over on both men. The crowd chanting for the announcer, who was out there and hurt, and a couple of the young boys there working over on the announcer trying to make sure he's okay. Now they're getting back over the barricade, working on the outside of the ring now. And now Dragon Lee now taking Will Ospreay, getting him back into the ring. And now Dragon Lee really is taking the offense here. Now he's on the aggressive. He's now the aggressor. Gets Ospreay up, but Ospreay able to block the German suplex, a belly to back suplex. Now looks like he's going for but Dragon Lee able to get the suplex too, and Ospreay able to kick out and roll out. Landing right to the back of his neck was Will Ospreay. Now Dragon Lee is continuing to get back up. He's looking for answers here. Both men are hurt. They both took a lot of that tope suicida to the outside. And now Dragon Lee is going over and working over Will Ospreay now, trying to get him back up. Takes Ospreay, gets him up to the top rope. Now hanging him from the unsavory tree of woe. But Ospreay able to get back up. And now both men on the top rope, exchanging forearms from up there. Ospreay now was kind of becoming the aggressor there, but now back into that tree of woe position, as it looks like Dragon Lee is getting ready for Ospreay able to wriggle his legs and then double kick Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee falls to the outside of the floor as now Ospreay is climbing to the top rope. This is not looking. They're throwing it all out there, that's for sure. Spinning moonsault off the top from Will Ospreay takes Dragon Lee down. Looks like Ospreay is hurt after the move, though. Beautiful spinning corkscrew moonsault to the outside from the top rope. Takes down. Now Ospreay up and shaking the barricade. Now Ospreay takes Dragon Lee, rolls him back into the ring, rolling right back after him. Ospreay now goes from behind Dragon Lee. Takes down Dragon Lee now, goes for the cover, and only a 2 count. Now Will Ospreay able to kind of calm the crowd out, trying to get the crowd into it now. Now he's signaling for a big super kick to the back of the head of Dragon Lee. Looks like Will Ospreay now signaling for something. Getting ready now, picks him up. Almost in like a pedigree type position. But Dragon Lee able to block. Now Ospreay taking the left arm of Dragon Lee, kicks to the face, and now gets him up. Oh, but Dragon Lee with a reversal. Another reversal and a counter by Ospreay. Ospreay now has him up. But Tilt-A-Whirl DDT from Dragon Lee. Hell of a match so far. And Dragon Lee keeps it. Back up. Oh! Went to go for, it looked like another DDT, but Ospreay was able to flip out of it, turn into a cutter. Both men are down. Red Shoes checking on both men, making sure they're okay. There's the crowd now really getting into it. Now Ospreay really holding that back of his neck. He's been doing it. I hope he's just selling because he's really been holding that back of his neck quite a bit here in this match. Now both men trying to do what they can, using each other to kind of get back up. Both forehead to forehead here on their knees, exchanging forearms here.
A test of the heart of each man.
Forearm from Will Ospreay to Dragon Lee here. Dragon Lee with a forearm of his own. Now Ospreay getting back over to the ropes. Kind of shaking that second rope as now Dragon Lee gets back to his feet. Both men now up. Forearm from Dragon Lee. I mean from Ospreay. A forearm from Dragon Lee. Both men exchanging forearms. And now it looks like Ospreay really becoming the aggressor here. He's now begging on Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee with a tough smash, though, takes Ospreay down. Oh, but Ospreay with a super kick, a roundabout super kick to the face of Dragon Lee, takes him down. Now Ospreay goes up off the ropes. German suplex, but Ospreay lands on his feet. Goes for the Poison Rana and hits it. Ospreay now on his knees, but Ospreay up. Oh, standing Spanish fly. Ospreay takes Dragon Lee down. Wow, man. This is a hell of a match. Goes for the cover. Oh, I thought it was close. Looked like maybe Ospreay had him. Now Ospreay getting over into the corner here. Now signaling as he's going up to the top rope. Ospreay getting up to that second turnbuckle now. And now with right hands of his own right to Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee, though, catches Ospreay with a super kick. Ospreay back down to the apron. Now Dragon Lee looks like he's thinking about something off the ropes and whoa! Catches him for the Hurricane Rana to the outside. Ospreay lands on his feet. And Dragon Lee looks completely baffled. Wondering what he has to do here to get the upper hand on Ospreay. Both men turn around. Both staring at each other. Ospreay telling Dragon Lee to bring it. Catches him with a powerbomb on the apron. Ospreay climbing to the top rope quickly here. As Dragon Lee's down. Shooting star press. Is that going to do it? Hooks the leg. Oh, Dragon Lee kicks out at 2 3/4. Now Ospreay signaling that this is it. He's now really sizing up Dragon Lee as Dragon Lee gets up. Oh! He's getting ready for the Oscutter. Spinning, signaling for it. Oh, but as he goes for it, Dragon Lee catches him with knees. Both men are down. Kind of getting a nice shot of that trophy that Ospreay won. Now, so Ospreay now going over to the apron as Dragon Lee is trying to get back to his feet, but he's on spaghetti legs. Looks like he's out on his feet as Ospreay is over on the apron as Dragon Lee now goes over to Ospreay, grabs him by his hair. He's pulling him up. Forearms here from Dragon Lee. Forearm smashes here to the face as Ospreay still on that apron. Ah, but Ospreay with a quick kick over the top to the back of the head of Dragon Lee. Now Ospreay goes to the top rope, but he's quickly hung from the Tree of Woe by Dragon Lee to the outside. Double stomp to the face of Ospreay as Ospreay rolls to the outside in red shoes, standing in the ring, shaking his head, wondering what these two are doing. Wow, beautiful double stomp to Ospreay as he's hanging from the Tree of Woe to the outside. Both men are down and out outside of the ring as Red Shoes starts the count from the inside of the ring. They're teasing this was going to end in a double count. That never happens here in New Japan. I don't think I've ever seen a match end here in a double count out, so I'd be very surprised if that is how this match ends, but we'll see. Oh, they got to 16. Dragon Lee back in the ring. They're up to 18 now. 19. Ospreay in. Oh, it looked like that was going to be a count out. And the second Ospreay gets in, he's laid out by Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee now picking up Ospreay. Now he's getting ready for Desnukadora. But Ospreay blocks. Ospreay with elbows to the back of the head of Dragon Lee. And a big kick takes Dragon Lee down. Both men down to their knees. Ospreay now getting back up. Dragon Lee back up, though. Oh, but he catches him. Ospreay looks like... Oh, man! Ospreay looked like he was getting ready for a powerbomb, but Dragon Lee catches him with a Canadian Destroyer now. Huge running knee to the face. Is that it? No! Ospreay kicks out. Man, these guys are killing it. And you just know that Ibushi and Naito are in the back, and they're like, we're going to give it our all coming up next. Oh, and now Dragon Lee removing his right knee pad as Ospreay is getting up. Maybe he's going for another flying knee. Oh, he does, but Ospreay is able to catch it before he connects. Ospreay now with his knee. Oh, but as he pushes his knee away and gets back to his feet, Dragon Lee does catch him with the knee. Ospreay down and looking like he is out. Dragon Lee now looking to the crowd. Hey there, Triple M, what's going on? Thanks for joining us here. Desnukadora. Oh, but Ospreay flips out of it, lands on his feet. Big spinning kick to the face. Another kick to the back of the head. Ospreay climbs, looking like he's getting ready. Elbow. Hip blade, elbow to the back of the head. As now Ospreay banging his head on the board there. Ospreay up to the second rope, up to the top rope. Catches him with the Os Cutter. And he keeps it. Now he goes for another one. No, now he brings up Dragon Lee to his shoulders. And takes him down. 2, 3, Ospreay with a win. And he's the new junior heavyweight champion just 3 days after announcing that he was going to be going for the junior heavyweight championship. Wow, what a match. Those guys absolutely killed it. Hell of a match here. Gonna just let the folks know that we're getting ready here for Kota Ibushi and Tetsuya Naito. What a match. A great match to get us going here at New Japan Dominion here. Hell of a match. Probably, I'd say for sure, the match of the night thus far. And definitely something that is going to have to... yeah, Eli, I'm with you, by the way. I would like to see TJP go over to New Japan. I think that'd be awesome. I think he's a guy that's super underrated. And now Ospreay now helping up Dragon Lee. Looking over at him. Both guys are up. Dragon Lee, a big hug and a big embrace between the two. Lots of respect between Ospreay and Dragon Lee. You guys, by the way, are watching Watchalong Wrestling. I am Tommy on the spot. We do a variety of different live streams. We do vlogs. There's a WrestleMania vlog up. There's a G1 Supercard vlog up. There's a Money in the Bank vlog up. NXT TakeOver from last week vlog up. So check out all of that. Subscribe if you're interested in the content here. And we're here for all sorts of wrestling. I even did that awful wrestling show on Friday afternoon. A little bit of a live stream of that as Ospreay and Dragon Lee hold up each other's arms here. Ospreay bowing down to Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee with an ice pack on the back of his neck. And we are getting set now for Naito and Ibushi.
Well, I don't say this a lot after 30 years in the business, guys. I'd have paid big money to see that match. We have the best seat in the house. You sure did. Will Ospreay has taken his place at the top. And there's no telling how far he will go.
And now...
No thinking needed. First challenger. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Southern Showdown. Melbourne. Robbie Eagles.
Wow, so they just said Ospreay just went over and announced that he wants to be his first challenger for the Junior Heavyweight Championship to be in Melbourne when New Japan heads to Melbourne, and he wants it to be Robbie Eagles for that championship. So interesting to see if that's made official. But normally, I mean, that would be the way that it would be. Walked right over and announced that. So got to give New Japan credit. They continue to just build up each one of these shows, each one of these different moments. It's been a heck of a night thus far. Let me recap the night in case anyone is just joining us here. I'll run down the results so far of the night. That night started with a quick match. Jon Moxley, the former Dean Ambrose, defeating Shota Umino. So Moxley remains undefeated since coming over to New Japan Pro Wrestling. And now they're showing a package here for Ibushi and Naito. Shingo Takagi defeated Kojima. Jushin Thunder Liger and Yoshihatsu defeated the team of Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Juice Robinson, and Taguchi defeated the Bullet Club. Jay White, Chase Owens, and Ishimori. Tomohiro Ishii defeated Tai Chi to win the Never Openweight Championship. Guerrillas of Destiny continued their reign as the heavyweight tag team champions by defeating Evil and Sonata. Will Ospreay, as we just saw, defeated Dragon Lee. And if you do not know, Kenta made an appearance earlier and announced that not only is he going to be working for New Japan, but he is going to be entering the G1. So big time stuff here from those guys. And here we go. Rematch from the G1 Supercard coming up. Kota Ibushi taking on Tetsuya Naito. That was my favorite match of the G1 Supercard. And Intercontinental Championship. So should be a heck of a match. And you just know these guys were sitting back there watching that last match, and they're ready to tear it up. And God only knows what insanity these two are going to be bringing. And but I'm excited about it. Should be a great match. As they show a really good video package here. Ibushi, by the way, remember, is now on a lifetime contract for New Japan. So he will be with New Japan for the remainder of his wrestling career. At least that's what he's saying, which is crazy because forever Ibushi never signed a contract and was refusing to sign a contract. WWE wanted him when he did the Cruiserweight kind of CWC. He didn't sign a contract. So he's been able to be a free agent for so long. Earlier this year, obviously announcing that he has signed with New Japan Pro Wrestling and immediately is being focused as, I'd say right there towards the top of the card. I'd say you've got Okada, obviously Jericho, who's still working over there, Jay White, and then Naito and Ibushi. So they're right there. They're kind of showing the different years in which these guys have had some great wars and the different matches that Naito's had over the last couple of years. Showing some of his match with Chris Jericho. It's amazing that Chris Jericho has been able to have so many matches with New Japan. I think everyone thought it was going to be like a one-time deal when he came out and fought Kenny Omega, but no, he was able to kind of parlay that and allow that to be something that he kind of worked and has continued to work for New Japan now for a couple of years. And now obviously working for AEW. So here we go. Let's reset. We're getting ready. Here comes Tetsuya Naito as the Los Ingobernables is shown on the screen. Showing some fans with a really cool looking poster of Naito. Someone's got a Naito doll there. Naito teddy bear. That's awesome. Crowd chanting for Naito quite a bit.
1 year ago, Dominion, Tetsuya Naito walked in as the defending Intercontinental Champion, which was dismantled by Chris Jericho. Now he comes.
Oh yeah, it's been a year ago at Dominion when Jericho attacked Naito, as they're remembering here.
In which he has struggled mightily to find victory against the man in Kota Ibushi that Naito has.
And they're mentioning how Naito Ibushi rather, has really kind of had the. He's been somebody that Ibushi has been able to continue to get the better of Naito, and that's been the story that they've been telling with this, that Naito has been able to defeat all these other guys, but when it comes to Kota Ibushi, Ibushi really has the upper hand on him and has been able to find ways to continue to defeat Naito time and time again. Naito looking real good, though. He's got a big trench coat on as he's making his way to the ring. Looks super focused. Usually showboating to the crowd, but not really here. He's looks very focused. He looks ready, and
2016, he lost the IWTV heavyweight title to Okada. The Intercontinental title to Tanahashi.
we'll say Kevin Kelly, and I've heard him a lot over the last couple of days with the Best of Super Juniors, and now here for New Japan. He's doing some of his best work on commentary. I think ever. He's a throwback, obviously, to WWE Attitude Era, and I feel like Kevin Kelly's just been on his game big time for New Japan, and I think Don Callis does a great job too. And remember, Don Callis is the head of Impact Wrestling, but he's still able to go and do these shows. So, real interesting stuff. And here comes Kota Ibushi. I'm not sure I've ever seen Ibushi have a bad match. This guy just kills it every single time he goes out there.
Signed a long-term contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is going to be his home for the rest of his wrestling career. It seems as if the weight of all that pressure finally lifted off of Ibushi, and then being able to finally take the title, the Intercontinental title, that he holds in such reverence because of former champions Shinsuke Nakamura and Hiroshi Tanahashi that he views as deities.
Mentioning how Kota Ibushi here views both, really holds this title to heart due to the fact that a couple of his mentors, Shinsuke Nakamura and Hiroshi Tanahashi, have held that title, and that's why the title means so much to Kota Ibushi. As Ibushi now looking over to the crowd, really kind of classy as can be, kind of revving the crowd up, getting the crowd into it. It's incredible the time that we're living now as wrestling fans, when you consider the fact that, like, it does feel, and I mentioned this on Twitter at Watch WrestlePod earlier, it does feel like every week there's another big match that you can consider to be the match of the year. I feel like I've changed my match of the year 100 times just this year alone, and we're not even halfway through the year. Think back to these matches Johnny Gargano has had with Adam Cole now. The matches these guys, Ibushi and Naito, have had. The great match Cody Rhodes and Dustin had at AEW, Double or Nothing. Even the Best of the Super Juniors match from the other day, Will Ospreay taking on Shingo in the finals. That was an incredible match. So, like, you can't go wrong. This is just a really cool time to be a fan, and just embrace all that. Oh, Undertaker and Goldberg from That's me. Making sure you guys are paying attention. Tanahashi's still doing commentary over there as they show him. Ibushi looking at the belt there. Looking real good to
Red Shoes. Will it be the last time that Ibushi...
Red Shoes again, the official in the match, my boy, my fave.
Is Naito more focused on taking away the prize in which Ibushi holds more dear?
I'll never forget Red Shoes getting the big ovation from the Madison Square Garden crowd at G1 Supercard. He was so surprised by it and just looked so humble for it, and really kind of waved to the crowd and kind of took that in. That was a cool moment. All right, here we go. Ibushi and Naito. Intercontinental Championship. As Naito is removing his kind of cutaway pants there, getting his knee pads all set. And here we go.
That's an apropos description that I've heard several times. That as soon as something doesn't go the way he wants it, instead of trying to fix it, it disappears.
The bells sounded, and we are underway.
Listen to the people roar. It was 4 or 5 years ago because of the reaction from Osaka.
Naito, I've never seen him look this intense and this focused for a match. It's usually very showboaty, usually playing to the crowd quite a bit, but not at all tonight.
I didn't think it could get any more rep, but it has. He's dropped about 10 pounds. That'll make it even quicker, and he was already among the quickest guys on the planet.
Both men kind of sizing each other up now as they start to circle the ring.
Take the pace. And we know what pace that is, 100 miles an hour.
And they lock up. Here we go.
Furious lockup, a collar elbow tie-up in center ring.
Looks like already the aggressor is Ibushi, but Naito able to kind of try to work out of that as out of the headlock from Ibushi. Ibushi really kind of cinching that in, though. And now Naito going with forearms to the midsection of Ibushi. Naito backing him up. Off the ropes goes Ibushi. Naito going for an elbow, but rolls through sunset flip. Irish whip to Ibushi, but Ibushi grabs him with the leg scissors. Kicks him. Big kick to the chest of Naito from Ibushi as Ibushi plays to the crowd, and Naito is down.
He knows the type of athlete Ibushi is. And he knows that if he says things like that hate and tries to drive the emotional narrative, that's Naito's way of seizing control. At least that's the way I saw it. Yeah, I mean, they've known each other for a long, long time. I mean, they're part of pretty cool.
Big time stop there from Kota Ibushi over Naito. Now it looks like Ibushi goes to pick Naito back up. He's working him over. Irish whip out of the corner into the opposite corner. Oh, Ibushi charges, but Naito catches him with an elbow. Oh, kick to the midsection from Ibushi. Ibushi off the rope. Irish whip over from Naito, and a big drop kick to the back of the neck of Ibushi as Naito now plays to the crowd. Crowd now booing out Naito as Naito is signaling to the crowd.
Racial slurs at Tetsuya Naito. That was the taunt he did to Kota in the face. Yeah, the signature taunt born of xenophobia that Naito experienced.
Now Naito picking up Kota Ibushi now. Getting ready for, looks like a reverse DDT, but just drops him down onto the back of the neck, onto the knee. Now Naito into a submission hold here. Working him over almost into like a crucifix type position with his leg to the back of the neck as Naito is trying to get Ibushi to submit here in the early going. But Naito, a couple of really working over the head there and the back of the neck of Ibushi and continuing to hit him with forearms to the head while he has him in this hold. Ibushi looks completely out of it. Ibushi trying to wriggle his legs to get out of this hold. Still working on it. Now looks like Ibushi's trying to almost kip up out of that and now gets to the ropes, gets his feet onto the ropes, and Red Shoes is trying to get Naito to release the hold, and he finally does. Oh no, he's saying he can't remove his left leg because it's stuck under Kota Ibushi's arm. Red Shoes having none of it and looks very annoyed at Naito. And now Naito finally releases the hold from Kota Ibushi, and Naito now works over and goes to pick up Kota Ibushi. Big forearm to the face of Kota Ibushi. Kota comes back with a right arm of his own, a forearm of his own. Another forearm to the chest of Naito. Oh, Naito just spitting in the face of Ibushi. Now comes over with stomps to the back of Ibushi, who's down in the corner. Crowd is really unhappy with Naito. Naito playing a straight heel now as the crowd is all over him. And again now working that taunt that's just driving the crowd crazy. Oh, and now drops his double stomps to the back of the head of Kota Ibushi. Now Naito goes to pick up Ibushi. Irish whip out of the corner into the opposite corner from Naito. Naito catches Ibushi with a drop kick to the face, comes down and around. Ibushi down in the corner in a seated position, and now big kick to the face from Naito, who now is back in the center of the ring, taunting the crowd as Ibushi is down. Now Naito goes over to pick up Ibushi. No, instead covers him with a knee to the midsection as Red Shoes is having none of that cover. Now goes for a cover, but only gets a 1 count. Now Naito's spitting at Red Shoes. Naito's in rare form. Red Shoes disgusted. Now Naito is going over to go pick up Ibushi, but instead just decides to kick him and toy with Ibushi, kicking him again with a couple of right kicks to the top of the face. Ibushi looking disgusted with Naito here. Another kick to the face of Naito. Naito now getting back. Ibushi rather. Ibushi now getting back up. None of these kicks are having any effect on him as these kicks are more to toy with him. Another couple right hands to Ibushi. Oh, now he's raking the eyes as Naito. As the crowd is just going nuts with him with each thing that he does. Now Naito takes Ibushi out. Atomic drop to the knee. Oh! Looked like he was trying to go under Ibushi. Ibushi leapfrogged and landed with a double stomp right on to Naito's chest. Innovative offense from both guys. Now Ibushi rather, kind of holding the back of his neck. And now Ibushi going over, picking up Naito. Naito going for a right hand, but he misses. And now a combination of punches and kicks from Ibushi. Now Ibushi whips Naito, but Naito reverses, whips Ibushi into the corner. Naito charges. Ibushi leaps over Naito. Hurricane Rana from Ibushi takes Naito down. As the crowd shows their appreciation. Now Naito all the way to the outside of the ring. Ibushi trying to tell the crowd to get on their feet. Ibushi getting back up. Up and over with a spinning plancha to the outside on top of Naito taking Naito down. Corkscrew plancha, real nice move there from Ibushi, taking down Naito. Now both guys down on the outside of the ring. All these matches have gone to the outside, at least the four that we've been on here on the air for. Now Ibushi picks up Naito, rolls him into the middle of the ring, goes for a cover, and he kicks out. Does Naito. Kota Ibushi shaking things off here. Yeah, Ibushi looking pretty excited.
Ibushi also defeated Tetsuya Naito not just 2 in a row this year.
Now he getting Naito up to a vertical base and goes for belly to back suplex, German suplex. Oh, a couple of elbows though from Naito, and now Naito gets ready for that German suplex. But an stiff elbow by Ibushi. Enziguri from Naito though. Naito though takes Ibushi off the ropes. Reversal. Ibushi behind him. Throws Naito on his head, but Naito now behind him. Tilt-a-whirl DDT. Using the ropes for leverage. Naito takes Ibushi down, and both men are down. Somebody in the front row with a very polite applause. Screaming for Naito. Both men now down. Center of the ring. Crowd now is solidly behind Naito. They were just booing this guy out of the building moments ago and now are solidly behind him. Naito stalking out Ibushi. Oh, with a big flying drop kick, takes Ibushi down, goes for a cover, but gets a 2 count. Ibushi able to get out. Naito looking frustrated as he's trying to figure out what it's going to take to put Ibushi away. Naito picking up Ibushi, taking him into the corner. Now dropping elbows to the back of the neck of Ibushi. Naito taking Ibushi up to the top rope now. Perching Ibushi up on that top rope. Oh, it looked like Naito was trying to get up to the top rope, maybe a Hurricane Rana off the top, but Ibushi out of desperation really grabbing the left leg of Naito and really grabbing him with almost like a bear hug to that left leg. Oh, Ibushi flips out and kicks him with a kind of a moonsault kick, dropping Naito down off the top rope. Now Ibushi looking to the crowd here. Ibushi going over to go pick up Naito, who's now moved his way over to the apron. Ibushi now going to pick up Naito out of from the outside on that apron. Ibushi on the second rope now. Oh boy, this looks like, oh my God, now just picking up Naito as Naito now tries to get on out of it. Ibushi still on that second rope. Big right hands from Naito. Now Naito has Ibushi on his shoulder. TJP just signed with Impact. Is that so? Well, I mean, hey, returning to his roots there, the former Suicide, and had been down in Impact before. I wonder if they'll allow any cross-promotion there. Impact normally doesn't, though. They don't really have a relationship with New Japan, even though Don Callis is somehow able to still do his thing. Big kick there from Naito now teasing a German suplex to the outside as both men are on the apron. Kota Ibushi holding on for dear life to that top rope. Oh, stiff forearms to the back of the neck of Ibushi. Naito still, oh my God. Oh, Lord, that was hideous. German suplex from the apron to the outside. Kota Ibushi hit his head on the apron. Looks legit out. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Literally, Ibushi caught his head on the side of the apron, has not moved since this move has taken place. Looks real bad. I'm thinking he's okay because Red Shoes is just back in the ring and counting him out. I don't know how he's okay. That was ugly, ugly, ugly. German to the outside and ended up catching his head. And they showed the replay and, of course, slowed it down. It looked real rough. Thankfully, he's opened his eyes and is now moving somehow. Looks like Kota's going to be okay, and he's back in the ring. Unbelievable. You guys haven't seen this. Yeah, he really has. Tyson's 100% right. And these guys, I feel like they had a couple of different, at G1 Supercard, had a couple of really just things that are unnecessary to take in the ring. Naito taking now Ibushi up to the second rope. Ibushi on spaghetti legs, his head just dangling over by the apron here. Naito up on the top rope now, pulling Ibushi up to a vertical base. Oh, reverse Hurricane Rana from the top. Ibushi lands on his head. That could be it. But he kicks out. Yikes. Kota has landed a couple of times real rough here. It's hate to see guys land on their head like that. Naito going over. Naito goes up. Oh, but Kota looks like he might have it up. Kota now has Naito up, but Naito doing everything he could to get out of it. Pile driver. And now Naito again, and now Naito lands on his head. Yeesh, when these guys get it on, man, it is rough. Crazy stuff. That was an interesting pile driver there because Naito was just trying so hard to wriggle out of that, but he continued to hold on, and they kind of had like a balance there, kind of a power struggle between the two until Kota Ibushi was able to hit the pile driver. Both men are down. Red Shoes getting his count on both guys. Crowd growing in anticipation here, growing, trying to rile both guys up to keep going. Both men back at least up to a seated position now, exchanging forearms here. Now it looks like Kota Ibushi is begging Naito on as Naito hits him with a big forearm smash to the face. Oh, and another forearm there from Ibushi. Both guys now exchanging forearms, really kind of just egging each other on here to continue as they're both getting up to standing positions. Heck of a match here. This entire, I feel like these last two matches have just been great. And we still have Okada and Jericho coming up next. Real good show here from Dominion in Osaka, Japan. Now they're really just both exchanging forearms, trying to get to be the aggressor as it finally looks like Naito is really leveling Kota Ibushi. But Ibushi now coming back with forearms of his own. And he's leveling the crap out of. Now a big headbutt from Naito to Ibushi as Naito goes down. He looks like he's hurt. Naito goes over to Ibushi. Another headbutt. Now really just working him over with headbutts. Oh, goes for a kick of his own, does Ibushi, but Naito blocks. Chop to Naito. Oh, lariat from Kota, spins. Inside out 180. Takes Naito down. Both men are down now again. Beautiful shot of Osaka Joe Hall there. Sold out building. Remains on my bucket list of places to go. Kota now signaling for the end of it. Oh, a little homage to Shinsuke Nakamura there in the corner. Oh, went for the Shinsasa. Oh, but a suplex here from Naito. Naito ducks it. Naito. Oh! Is that it? 2. Oh, Kota kicks out. Wow. He kicked out of it again. Wow. I thought that was it. Now Naito goes over to pick up. He's now working over Kota. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're really behind. Osprey's had a hell of a week. No. Kota. GTS. Takes down. Now Kota picking up Naito. Going for a powerbomb, but Naito tries to fight out of it, but he does hit the sit-out powerbomb. But Naito kicks out. I'm with you, though. I think they're going to get behind Ospreay. I also wonder if eventually there'll be a transition into New Japan fully working with AEW. Obviously, Moxley is now going to be fully ingrained in New Japan. Jericho, fully ingrained in New Japan. I wonder if we've maybe not seen the last of Omega in New Japan. I know New Japan's had a relationship with Ring of Honor. Don't know how strong that is right now. Obviously, Marty Scurll is still going back and forth. Villain Enterprise still going back and forth. But, oh! Ibushi pulled Naito towards him, but Naito catches him with a DDT right onto the back of the head. Ibushi is down, and Naito's down as well. Beautiful move here by Naito. Wow. Even in that slow motion replay, looks just incredible. Both guys are down. Looks like Naito and Ibushi both trying to get up. Ibushi now waiting for Naito to get back up. Calling for him to get to his feet. Charges him, but Naito gets a foot up. Enziguri out of the corner. Now, Ibushi now on spaghetti legs as Naito goes all the way up to the top. Oh! Reverse DDT swinging out of the corner, but Ibushi's able to kick out. Unreal. Ibushi looks like he's looking like not in the best way here. Naito now picking up Ibushi. Looking for Destino. No. Ibushi catches it, counters again. Oh, he goes to go for the GDS again, but Naito reverses it, gets on his shoulders, hits him with a reverse Hurricane Rana. Oh, and drops Ibushi right on his head. 2. Oh, and Ibushi kicks out. Yeah, I think when it comes to AEW, I think you're right. Specifically, Ring of Honor, they've really struggled. I mean, it's clear. I like Ring of Honor, and I'm a fan, but without those guys, I think they were a major point, a major selling point. Destino again! That's got to be it. It is it. Naito wins the Intercontinental Championship. What a war. What a match. Man, the last two have been good, man. I don't even know which one I could say was a better match. They've both just been incredible stuff. But yeah, I think that you're right. I know that AEW right now is allowing wrestlers basically to work everywhere. I know, for example, a lot of the guys, MJF is still wrestling independents pretty much everywhere. So I'm not too sure, but I do think some of the guys, like I think Moxley is going to definitely continue to work in New Japan. Seems like Chris Jericho just does whatever the heck he wants to do. So it'll be interesting. I'm also interested to see how this all-out show goes. If it is going to be something where they're really icing over the head here of Ibushi. If for the all-out show, if it's just, if that's AEW or if that's going to end up being the incorporation of other people, I'm very interested, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I am interested to see maybe if Jericho wins the IWGP title here, which would be insane to have two New Japan champions as two of the top guys of AEW, with Moxley winning, obviously, the U.S. Championship Wednesday night, or I guess Wednesday morning. Wow, what a match. So we've seen another title change here. Obviously, I think this is the third one of the night. As we saw earlier, Will Ospreay defeating Dragon Lee for his championship, and Tomohiro Ishii defeating Taishi for his championship as well, the never openweight championship. So a lot of title changes going on in New Japan. Oh, and now Naito standing over the head of Kota Ibushi. Yeah, that's huge, especially the Lucha Bros. Lucha Bros have been really working a lot, certainly with Impact. Yeah, it's going to be tough for those groups, for ROH, Impact, and MLW. And NJPW, I agree, it definitely is an effect not having those guys on the show. Really specifically not having Kenny Omega. He's been such a major ingrained part of the main event scene here in New Japan. But at least they still have, your usual guys like Kota Ibushi, Naito, Okada, Jay White. I feel like those guys being still a part of New Japan, and that's your go-to place to see those guys. Ospreay now moving over to Japan. I think that's a huge deal, and I think that's at least kind of gives them at least a big selling point. Clearly, Ring of Honor has not recovered from losing, as Ibushi's falling around all over the place on the outside of the ring. But yeah, and you wonder with Ring of Honor too. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Marty when his contract is up? Marty clearly does well for himself between Ring of Honor and New Japan, but who knows if he doesn't want to sign with AEW? You'd think he'd want to be with his friends. So who knows what's going to happen with that? But yeah, Lucha Bros was a huge deal for the having them two exclusive contracts in the U.S. I mean, that's gigantic. Yeah, Naito not looking like he's messing around at all. You guys can follow me over on Twitter at WatchWrestlePod. I'm about to jump on there and just let folks know what we're doing here today. Let's see here. Letting folks know that we are getting ready for Chris Jericho and Okada, the main event here of NJ Dominion. And it's been... Oh, Shingo should absolutely be moved to heavyweight. Had another big win here earlier. That was a great story with him going on that run through the Super Juniors, then getting up to Ospreay, and Ospreay finally being the one to take him down. Jericho saying this has been the one championship that's eluded him. It's the story going into this one. It's been a real interesting kind of deal that they've been doing. They're showing kind of just I think they think they've gone to a video package, but it has not happened yet just yet. I'm interested to see here, because remember, they're showing the champions. Beautiful deal they do every time they show all the past IWGP champions up on the screen. Seeing this at the G1 Supercard was super cool, and everyone got like a huge cheer, except for when Brock Lesnar was on the screen. He was like booed out of the building, and really interesting to see that. There's Brock. AJ Styles. Kenny Omega. Jay White. It's Okada. Always gets a big show of appreciation from the crowd. And here we go. Interesting thing here would be kind of something I'm looking forward to that I'd feel would be interesting would be if we do get a run in here from Kenny Omega at the end of the show. Let's say like Jericho's getting up and then bang, Kenny shows up. Kind of show that their business in AEW isn't done. Would not be stunned to see something like that happen. That'd be cool though. I don't expect a title change here. I feel like Okada's lost that belt a couple of times now. And just got it back not long ago, so I don't anticipate that they're going to change the title there. I mean, it would really be something if we go into, I guess the next one would be Fyter Fest, and we go in there with AEW and all of their big stars holding the titles for New Japan. Like, I don't necessarily see it happening, but I guess you never know. I didn't expect Moxley to win the United States Championship, specifically in his first match with New Japan. So, who knows? I also didn't necessarily expect that Jericho was going to get the win over Omega at New Japan. I understand why. I mean, at Double or Nothing, I understand why they did it. I think that Jericho definitely needed a win. And he just debuted this new, his new big move of having big elbow, the elbow move that he had. So I did think that, looking at it, it was good to see him get a win, but getting a win over Okada would be nuts. They do a really good job with these packages here, making each match really mean quite a bit. And Jericho, man, just give him credit. The guy continues to just reinvent himself time and time again. It's crazy that Jericho, well, I guess Jericho really hasn't been over there. That's a good point. They do. The New Japan does give the U.S. title to all of the former WWE guys. That's a great point. And they're showing here now kind of just some of the build-up here between these guys. And here we go. It's amazing that Jericho's out there doing, and you really get an appreciation for what Jericho does at this point when you see things like what we just saw with Undertaker and Goldberg. Those guys are not too much older than Chris, and Chris is still out there having high-quality matches. Obviously, a major difference between him and kind of his style as opposed to like a Goldberg style. But it's incredible that he's still out there and having these great matches at such a pretty frequent basis. Much respect to the Painmaker, as they're calling him here. Leave it to Jericho to always brand himself and get himself excited for all these different matches, whether it was Bucks of Jericho and Alpha versus Omega, now the Painmaker. Great coat there for Jericho. His jacket looks really cool with kind of that airbrushed Jericho on the back. Nice entrance ramp there. Nice shot of the entrance ramp as Jericho makes his way down. And it's crazy that Jericho is the only belt really. Well, I guess that, and now he's also going to be going for the AEW championship at some point against Adam Hangman Page. So that'll be fun. I'm excited for that one. It'll be something that I would think you'd think Adam Page would be the first champ, but, Jericho does have a point that he's the most mainstream guy that's in either company now. I'd even give him the edge over Moxley. So definitely, for the mainstream perspective, maybe it will be Jericho as the first AEW champ. A crazy night here. I don't know if you guys are UFC fans, but UFC ended about 2 hours or so before this show started. Here, at least. Oh, nice little video package here for Okada. Henry Cejudo, though, won. Now he's a champ. Henry 2 belts, if you will. And here comes Okada, the Rainmaker. Looking good as he usually does. Almost like a Macho Man Randy Savage-like jacket here with the tassels coming down from Okada. Got to play into the crowd here, taking it all in. I had heard that Nakamura re-signed, but if he is gone, then I mean, I love Nakamura. I feel like he's kind of just been sleepwalking through these last few probably since the deal with AJ Styles. I feel like his matches, he's really just seemed like he's kind of done. And so I think that would definitely reinvigorate him. Doesn't seem like he's the happiest guy in WWE. Him coming back to New Japan, I think, would be great. That would be huge and would be a lot of fun. So definitely something to continue to monitor. No matter how many times I see that Rainmaker camera shot, man, it's always awesome.
Title around his waist is to defeat the near 30-year pro Jericho the Legend. And all Jericho has to do to win the one title that's eluded him is defeat.
Definitely has a big match feel. Every time I feel like Jericho's had a match for New Japan, they've done a really good job in building this up as a really big deal. Got to give them a lot of credit. Jericho looking down at the belt. He is he's definitely something here with this character that he's been doing.
He's saying Jericho's fan of wrestling, that is a pro wrestling to the right.
Crowd chanting Y2J here, which I feel like is not something they haven't really, I feel like, been behind Jericho, so that is cool to see.
6-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and he's been dominant here in Japan. I was there that night, December of 2001, when Jericho defeated both The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Kevin Kelly talking about the history of how matches he's seen for WWE. Jericho throwing Okada's jacket out of the ring, which popped Okada.
That's the type of history and lineage that Chris Jericho brings, that championship pedigree.
Jericho now bouncing himself off the ropes.
One of the greats of all time. I don't know how many street fights he's been in.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if that is the case, then yeah, you're right. WWE isn't doing anything. That they're not. I mean, he's just in a throwaway team with Rusev, and it's a shame both those guys, they haven't done anything with him. Gallows and Anderson too. Those guys, I know those guys are leaving, and WWE has buried them something super fierce. So they should be on their way out of WWE real quick. They were thrown out of that battle royal I mean, they were just job guys. It's crazy how they have just done nothing with them whatsoever. Okada now really playing to the fact that the crowd's getting behind him and showing Jericho that the crowd is solidly behind him. And here we go. Collar and elbow tie-up gets us started here in the early going. They both push off. There's Tanahashi, still doing commentary. It looks like he's very much interested in doing commentary here. Now again, they lock up. Jericho now pushes off of Okada. Thanks so much for all you guys for tuning in here, joining us here on Watchalong Wrestling. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe. We'll do a lot of live streams here for New Japan, for AEW. Even the show the other day, the WWE show That was kind of a disaster. So make sure it's great to have you guys here. And now they're both backing off there. Oh, and now Okada threatened to be chopping him, then just pats Jericho on the chest, but Jericho never one to not try to gain an upper hand with an eye poke of his own. Off the ropes here. Oh, takes Okada off the ropes, and with a big shoulder block there, takes Okada down. 100%. Yeah, I see your point on Jericho being that first champion, and I think that's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he is the first AEW champion because of the TV deal. And I can tell you, just friends of mine who have, hey, heard Chris Jericho's wrestling tonight for a different company. Like, people care about Jericho, so it's definitely to get eyeballs on there, and I think it matters definitely there. Tanahashi had a great match with Jay White at the Super Juniors finals on Wednesday morning, and was on this show. He was in a 6-man. It was him, Juice Robinson. It was let me see here. It was Tanahashi, Juice Robinson, and Taguchi. They defeated Jay White, Chase Owens, and Ishimori. So I think he's definitely winding down. I think he's definitely working with some of the talents to kind of get them to that next level. It's like a Jay White, which he's done great with. Off the top, Okada tries to go for a drop kick off the top rope. Jericho turns it right over into the walls of Jericho. Really kind of getting it on Jericho, already telling the ref to ask him. It would be the shortest IWGP title match in the history, I think, of New Japan. Jericho really cinching it in, though. Now Jericho egging on the crowd to chant Okada. Okada trying to push himself up out of the walls to get to that rope, and does. He does get to the bottom rope. So Jericho releases the hold, and Okada now rolling to the outside of the ring. Jericho off the ropes. Oh, with a drop kick right through the ropes. Takes Okada over the barricade and over to the announcers behind the announce table. Jericho trying to grab the mic to chant Okada, not realizing the mic wasn't in. Throwing the chairs all over the place is Jericho. Picking up Okada on the outside of the ring, taking his head down onto that table. Now Jericho on the table, picking Okada up onto the table with him. And Jericho now looks like he's signaling for DDT through the table. Does DDT Okada. Table does not break, but head first DDT onto the table. Jericho now ringing the bell. Now signaling to the crowd and kind of showboating to the crowd. Oh, man, now Jericho clearing the announce table, tossing everything off it. Now he's climbing back. He leapfrogs over the barricade, now going over to grab Okada, try to get him over the barricade as well. Yeah, those little thin New Japan tables don't normally break. I don't think that they're at all, like, positioned to break, I guess, or is there any pre-breaking, I guess, of the tables? It's probably not the case. Jericho now looking under the ring. What is he grabbing there? He's grabbing a new table from under the ring. That's those tables are always so thin in New Japan. I'm not sure what the deal is with those, but they're a lot thinner than your typical tables you'd see here in the U.S. Red Shoes having none of it. Jericho 5 faces. Poor Red Shoes. Getting him out of the way. The sun's starting to come out here. Didn't even realize it was almost 7 a.m. All right, Jericho going for, looks like a pile driver, but he has the table set up. Okada blocks it, though. Jericho with forearms to the back of Okada. Now picks up Okada, and, oh, but Okada is able to block it again, not allowing Jericho to hit that powerbomb through the table, and takes Jericho back into the barricade. Jericho now Jericho is working. Now Jericho's taking the camera from the cameraman. The cameraman is laughing. And Jericho's now flipping the cameraman off, grabbing the camera, putting it back to the cameraman. Now Jericho going over and picking up Okada, rolling him back into the ring. Jericho coming over from the opposite side, and he's getting back in the ring of his own right now. Climbing up to the top rope is Jericho. Now Jericho really clamoring, trying to get the crowd into it. Waiting for Okada. Crossbody off the top. And he kicks out. Does Okada. Now Jericho messing with Okada's hair, really kind of just egging him on. Of course, Don Callis, great friends with Jericho, continuing to put over the Judas Effect MMA-like back elbow that Jericho debuted at Double or Nothing. Jericho with the old school pin, putting his foot on top of Okada and doing the "come on, baby" kind of taunt that he's known for through the years. Now Jericho egging the crowd on a bit with Hogan-like hands to the ears there. And the crowd is chanting hard for Okada. Jericho with a big right hand. Elbow to the top of the head of Okada. Now Jericho working elbows. Kind of like vintage Daniel Bryan there, working the elbows to the head of Okada from the back, from behind. Jericho now working around as Okada's now down, and now Okada finally sits up. Okada, big smack to the head there. Jericho now just toying with Okada as Okada continues to slap him, but Okada getting back to his feet, not looking happy. Now Okada with forearm smashes of his own right. Off the ropes goes Okada. Big drop kick from Chris Jericho. Beautiful drop kick. Jericho is now showboating to the crowd as the crowd shows their appreciation for it. Jericho now again trying to egg on each one of the sides of the ring. Sides of the crowd, rather. Now Jericho picks up Okada, brings him over to that second rope, and now works over the back of his neck by taking his leg over to the back of the neck of Okada and working him over, trying to choke him over the ropes. Asking Red Shoes to ask him, but because he's on the ropes, Red Shoes is like, absolutely not. Now Jericho working over Okada's neck on that bottom rope, really pushing that neck back. Jericho really the aggressor here in the early going of this match.
Gotta stay on top of him. Vertical suplex.
Vertical suplex coming up here. Jericho to Okada. Ooh, hanging vertical suplex. Beautifully done here by Jericho as he finally drops him down. Crowd showing their appreciation. Now Jericho working over Okada. Goes for a cover. I don't think he's going to get the cover off the delayed vertical suplex, but he goes for it anyway. And Okada able to kick out by 2. Now Jericho now walking around the ring here while Okada is trying to collect himself, get himself back up. Jericho now comes over and grabs Okada by the head. Big knife edge chop to the chest of Okada from Jericho.
Never been IWGP heavyweight champion. Didn't compete for the title. This is his first shot at it.
Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate it, man. Pretty sure we follow one another on Twitter. I've definitely seen some stuff of yours, and I appreciate the kind words, man. Jericho now takes Okada off the ropes. Okada with forearm smashes to Jericho. Jericho with a couple of forearms of his own. Jericho off the ropes. But Okada takes Jericho down. Both men are down now. Finally, Okada able to kind of change over from that. Both men are down here as Red Shoes works over both men to see if they're both okay. Kip up! Beautifully done by Okada. And Okada's now ready. Jericho gets up on his own right, but Okada with elbows taking Jericho down. Grabs Jericho off the ropes, but Jericho with a counter takes Okada off the ropes, but Okada comes back with an elbow taking Jericho down. Okada now playing to the crowd as the crowd shows their appreciation. Okada with a back elbow flying at Jericho into the corner. DDT takes Jericho down. Jericho rolls to the outside. Now Okada works his way to the outside. Takes Jericho, whips him into the barricade. Yikes. Oh, big boot takes Jericho up and over the barricade. And now Okada really rearranging the barricade there his own right. Getting the crowd into it with claps of his own. Now Okada working over. Running towards Jericho. Over the barricade, but Jericho catches him with a code breaker midair to the outside on the outside of that barricade. Wow. This was showing a replay of this. Wow, and over, even on the replay, looks even nicer. Okada midair over the barricade, caught with Jericho's code breaker. Good stuff. Jericho looks in a world of hurt, and I don't blame him. Jericho rolls himself back into the ring. He's asking Red Shoes to count. Now Okada getting his way back into the ring. Trying to get back in there. He's having a hard time getting back up to a vertical base, though. Rolling down around the side of the ring as they are showing the Young Boys putting the barricade back together. Okada able to get back in. Jericho with a drop kick right to the face while Okada is rolling back in, and a 2 count. Jericho trying to end things right there. Leveling him with right hands is Jericho. Now really playing to the crowd, appreciating the fact that they're chanting Y2J. You know, it's almost like Jericho just stopped in the midst of while he was working over Okada and coming over and trying to play to the crowd. Jericho now trying to get Okada back up to a vertical base. Knife edge chop from Jericho. Another knife edge chop backs Okada into the corner here. Jericho takes Okada across the ring and right after him with a big clothesline into the corner. Brings Okada to the center of the ring. Looking for a pile driver to Okada, but Okada trying to work his way out of it and reversing it, and does. But Jericho's trying to reverse it, and he does. Okada, another reversal here. They're really battling for, but Jericho now rolling through, and now he's signaling for the walls of Jericho again. And yeah, he's going for it now. Walls set in. I do appreciate that. It looked like maybe he was going to go for the Lion Tamer. Oh yeah, this is a heck of a match. Hopefully this is posted somewhere. This has been a good one. Jericho is working with the walls of Jericho here. Okada trying to get to the ropes though. Jericho screaming for a Red Shoes to ask him, but Okada not giving up. Telling him to give up. Now Okada now reaching to that bottom rope. And does reach the bottom rope. Jericho again forced to release the hold. Red Shoes is counting at him. Now Jericho's not happy with Red Shoes. Telling him that he had tapped out. Now he's backing Red Shoes into the corner. Red Shoes immediately selling. Jericho backing him into the corner. And now Jericho goes over to kick Okada. Now he's back yelling at Red Shoes, who's now down in a prone position in the corner. Big, nice drop kick by Okada takes Jericho down. Now Jericho trying to work his way back up in the corner. He's down by one of the corners there, and trying to get himself back up is Jericho. Okada on the opposite side of the ring. He's trying to get his own self back up. Now both men have made their way to the feet in opposite corners. Okada charging at Jericho. Jericho moves. He hits the turnbuckle. Jericho tries to go. Okada moves. He hits the turnbuckle. Now Okada takes Jericho, gets him up to the top rope, but Jericho kicks Okada right in the face. Jericho off the rope, but is caught with a drop kick midair from Okada. Okada now picking up Jericho. Goes for a pile driver. Is he going to get it this time? He does hit Jericho with a pile driver. Tombstone variety. And now looks like Okada's calling for it, signaling for it.
Okada will try it. Here we go. Rainmaker,
no, which goes for the Rainmaker, but Jericho able to reverse out of it. Oh! Jericho with a powerbomb, but no, goes for a cover out of that powerbomb. Butterfly powerbomb from Jericho goes directly for the cover, but Okada's able to kick out. And now Jericho goes for yet another. No, this is a replay. I thought it was another butterfly powerbomb, but no, Jericho's able to get out. Jericho now stalking up Okada, begging him to stand up. Now goes for a code breaker, but Okada's able to catch him out of it. Jericho looks like he's trying to get down so that he could roll him over, but Okada catches Jericho by the neck and drops his neck right onto his knee, and Jericho kicks out at 2. Very interested to see if Jericho does pull out the Judas elbow here. I feel like if he's going to lose the match, I don't think he'll pull it out because that's his new move he's trying to build up as kind of the end of the match. Okada now going to the outside of the, he's now on the apron, trying to get up to the top rope, but Jericho charges at him. Okada, though, puts his head down, hits him with a shoulder to the midsection. Okada now with a forearm to Jericho, takes Jericho, goes to bring him over to the corner, but Jericho reverses and takes Okada right into the corner, and then vintage Jericho drop kick off the second rope knocks Okada down onto the apron. Jericho now looking down at Okada as they show a replay of that beautiful vintage Jericho drop kick off the second rope. Jericho now picking up Okada, taking Okada by the head and bringing him over to the corner. Jericho goes to the second rope now, bringing Okada with him up to the top rope. Jericho looks like, I don't know what he's doing from the top rope there, but now Okada's on the top rope. Jericho's standing there, and it looks like he's getting ready for a vertical suplex. But it looks like Okada is attempting to block the vertical suplex and now hits to the midsection of Jericho. Both men on the top rope. Okada throws Jericho off the top. Now Okada stands on the top rope. Beautiful elbow drop off the top. Now Okada is walking over towards the other side of the ring. Signaling for the Rainmaker. The beautiful camera shot. He goes for this. I think this might be it. Jericho ducks the Rainmaker. Enziguri kick to the back of the head of Okada. Both men are down. Down and out in the middle of the ring here. Jericho now rolling over, and because of they've really been going now. I'd say this has probably been about a 25-minute match. You're 100% right. It does look ridiculous with the little tables, especially with Moxley on the tables. Both guys on their knees now, exchanging forearms. Another forearm there as both guys make their way up to their feet. Okada with a forearm. Jericho with a chop to the chest of Okada. Okada didn't like that at all. He's walking backward. Now he's walking his way back towards Jericho. Jericho looks a little bit like he's on spaghetti legs and trying to regain his composure here. Okada now. Oh, and a big uppercut to Jericho. Okada takes Jericho off the ropes. Goes for a drop kick, but Jericho holds onto the ropes. Jericho. Lion salt off the ropes. Goes for a cover. Oh, Okada kicks out at 2.5. Thought maybe we were seeing a brand new IWGP champion here. Jericho begging Red Shoes. Thought that was a 3 count. Now Jericho just kicking Okada. Toying with him. Kicking his head. Now kicking him in the lower back. Pummeling him with kicks in the corner is Jericho. Now he's yelling over at Red Shoes again. He's continuing to get annoyed by Red Shoes, which allows Okada again to get back up. Big shot the drop kick here from Okada. Takes Jericho down into the corner. Big stomps in the corner from Okada. Okada now working over the neck of Jericho. Jericho down in the corner. Okada really working him over. Red Shoes asking Okada to break the hold. And Okada now getting off of Red Shoes. Now he's going over, pummeling Jericho in the corner with rights and lefts of his own. Backing it up into the corner is Okada. Runs at Jericho, but Jericho catches him with a code breaker. Is this going to do it? Jericho trying to he can't get the cover right away. Now does cover. 2, kicks out. Barely does Okada. So close. The fact that Red Shoe's hand even came down for the 3, but just a half a second right behind Okada's arm coming up. Jericho now climbing, pulling himself back up. Begging Okada to get back up. Now he's telling him to stay down. Begging Okada to stay down. Slapping Okada in the face. Jericho now undoing the kind of kickboards that are set up by the apron and exposing the turnbuckles as he throws that board over to the top rope. Now he's telling Okada, you see what happens when you don't tap out, as he picks up Okada and is now threatening Okada to get over into the corner, picks up Okada on his shoulder and was going to spike him, but Okada comes from behind. German suplex, and Okada keeps the suplex. Okada now continuing to work his way up to a vertical base behind, still holding on to that German with Jericho. Rolls him out, goes for the Rainmaker. Jericho behind him now. Jericho now goes for a Rainmaker of his own. Okada ducks. Okada with the code breaker to Jericho. Kicks out at 2.5. Does Jericho. Beautiful code breaker from Okada. It's a great match. Last 3 matches have just been so good. Now Okada going for kind of tombstone pile driver of his own and hits it right onto his knees, spinning variety. Now Okada signaling for it. He's getting Jericho up, potentially, for the Rainmaker. But again, Jericho able to duck out of the Rainmaker, roll up Okada, and now again going for the walls. Has the walls cinched in. Really pulling back onto Okada's back, but Okada pushing up, trying to gain some momentum of his own out of that move, but Okada back down to the mat. Jericho really has that cinched in as Okada's trying to reach now to that bottom rope. Jericho saying to ring the bell. I know Jericho has it cinched in here. This might happen here, guys. But Okada now is back up, pushing up. Unstoppable, especially the ageless wonder, Chris Jericho, as Okada now reaching for that bottom rope. Jericho pulls him back into the center of the ring. And now Jericho turns it into the Lion Tamer. Gets the knee into the back of Okada. Has it really twerked in. He's working it over. And now back into the walls. Okada's able to get it back into the walls. And now Okada's finally able to try to get out of the move as he's starting to try to slap Jericho. And finally spins Jericho out of the walls by flipping Jericho with his legs. Jericho now crawling on the opposite side of the ring. Okada attempting to get back to his feet. Both men are on their knees as they both rise to their feet. Okada goes to charge, but Jericho ducks, throws him into that exposed turnbuckle, then clotheslines Okada down to the mat. Jericho screaming at Okada to get up. Pleading with Okada to get up. Goes for the Judas elbow. But Okada ducks. Okada goes for the Rainmaker, but Jericho ducks. Jericho goes for sunset flip, but Okada grabs the legs, and Okada gets the win. Wow, Jericho went for a sunset flip. Okada grabs the legs and fell over. Got the pin out of nowhere there. Man, I'd like to see a rematch. That was fantastic. Really good stuff. Jericho now beating down Okada after the match. He's threw Red Shoes to the mat. Poor Red Shoes. Now Jericho working around. Great counter, kind of out of nowhere. No Rainmaker, no Judas elbow. Now Jericho tossing Red Shoes to the outside. Jericho sliding under the ropes. Now Jericho looking underneath the ring. What's he getting?
Jericho
He has a chair now, telling him to turn off the music, to cut the music. Unhappy is Jericho that he's lost this match. Now Okada getting to his feet, but Jericho coming in here with a chair post-match. He's got the steel chair from behind Okada, smashing Okada over the face with his steel chair. Jericho is very unhappy, holding this chair up right now. Okada trying to collect himself, but he's down and out. Now Jericho begging for Okada to get back to his feet. Oh, Judas back elbow. And it looked really good this time. I didn't think it looked that great at Double or Nothing, but stiff back elbow to Okada. Okada's down. Jericho now grabbing that chair, sitting in the chair in the middle of the ring, flipping off the crowd. Now Jericho walking around here and now taking Okada to the outside of the ring. This looks like this might be a rematch here down the road at some point between Okada and Jericho. And now Jericho taking Okada to the outside and taking the chair, putting the chair around Okada's neck. And damn! He just put the chair around Okada's neck and rammed Okada into the post on the outside of the ring as Jericho's holding his hand up here. Really a vicious beatdown here of Okada. Jericho now tossing the chair back into the ring. You wonder why Tanahashi hasn't jumped. He's sitting right there doing commentary. Jump in there and help. And now Jericho now working over towards that table and going over, trying to go for a powerbomb of Okada. It's just dead weight. And finally, Tanahashi's hopped the guardrail. Tanahashi going after Jericho. Finally had enough. Hell yeah, Jericho Tanahashi. And now they're really trying to separate Jericho, getting out of dodge, holding back Tanahashi. Jericho throwing chairs over the barricade. Crowd chanting for Tanahashi. Jericho yelling at Tanahashi. And Don Callis echoing your sentiment, saying every wrestling fan in the world would love to see Jericho and Tanahashi. Jericho has the mic. Oh, making fun of Tanahashi here. He said, he said, you want to start shit with me? Look what happened to your buddy over there. The Painmaker never loses. Wow, he just said Chris Jericho is the greatest of all time, even in this bullshit country of Japan. Wow, Chris Jericho just said, I'll see you later, Okada. Happy championship, bitch. And they're holding back Tanahashi. Wow, I mean, does not seem like Jericho's time in New Japan is done at all. Jericho walking to the back, raising his hands here as if he was victorious. And it's interesting that Okada did not put Jericho away with the Rainmaker. Jericho got out of it every time. Jericho was able to, just a simple roll-up was what got it done. And now Tanahashi working over Okada. So to give you guys the full results. Oh, wait, Jericho now back. And he's putting a bunch of Rainmaker money on his forehead and then pushing the Rainmaker money into the camera. Tanahashi's still trying to get at Jericho here. Give you guys full results of Dominion. So John Moxley started our show off today, defeated Shota Umino, Shingo Takagi with a victory over Kojima. You had Jushin Thunder Liger and Yoshihashi defeating Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. You had the team of Hiroshi Tanahashi, Juice Robinson, and Taguchi defeating the team of Jay White, Chase Owens, and Ishimori from the Bullet Club. You had Tomohiro Ishii defeating Tai Chi to win the Never Openweight Championship. Guerrillas of Destiny retained their tag team championship in a victory over Evil and Sonata. Will Ospreay is your new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion with a big victory over Dragon Lee in a great match. Tetsuya Naito is your new IWGP Intercontinental Championship with a big victory over Kota Ibushi. And as we just went through, Kazuchika Okada retained his championship over Chris Jericho. Really great stuff, and had a great show, and just a lot of fun here at Dominion. Thank you so much, guys, for checking us out here on Watchalong Wrestling. Hope to see you guys again here sometime soon. We do a lot of different stuff. We have a lot of cool vlogs that are up there. Take a look in the archives, and we'll be back again with you guys again real soon. It's been a long night with UFC and with Dominion, so I'm going to try to catch some Z's here in the early morning here in New York City. But until next time, everybody, thanks so much for checking us out here on Watchalong Wrestling and for participating in the live chat. It's been a lot of fun talking with all of you guys and watching some New Japan Pro Wrestling. Hell of a time to be a wrestling fan, guys. Until next time, everybody, I am Tommy on the Spot, signing off.